Hello, I'm back. Welcome to a very, very wet County Durham. Oh, it's all fun and games today. People driving too close, too fast. No lights on it, spray. Wonderful. Right. Few things are changing and have changed. The last 4 weeks I've been on day shift. It's been an experiment because we've shifted one at night trunks to day shift, simply due down to sheer volume of work, which is no bad thing. So there was a lot of, shall we say, doubts about it, whether it would work, mainly due to the multitude of roadworks on the M1, which does delay you, and you've the possibility of going into a 10-hour drive, and as you know, you've only got 2 a week. Now, my argument was, you know, you've got to have one of your 10s left on a Friday. Which, as a matter of fact, I needed it last Friday. I only used 3 minutes of my extra hour, but it was needed, you know. I took the break early just to be on the safe side because I knew there was a diversion coming. Fortunately, I just beat it. Because it's 10 o'clock start, you see, so we might hit the 8 o'clock road closures on the way back. At Gateshead and Washington and that. Anyway, this is my last day on this. The last 2 days I've been training up a new lad. Showing him ropes, what to do. The main thing is getting in and out of the hub as fast as possible. So that way you're beating the rush hour traffic, which you're going to see later. Anyway, it picked it up absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. So, not had his licence as long as me, but he's good. Very, very good. So, anyway, I'm going back on night shift. I start night shift tomorrow, Friday, because a lad's off. So, finish about 8 o'clock tonight, maybe 8:30, then back in 6 o'clock tomorrow night. This truck that I've been using the last 4 weeks, it has been my truck. 21 plate Iveco S-Way. It's got just shy of 540,000 on clock, but it drives like it's new and it goes like the clappers. Really is a good truck. Anyway, my mate's leaving, so hence I'm being moved on to nights, which hopefully is going to be long term. There are rumours in the mill, but I can't say nothing about that. But the upshot of it is, I get Steve's truck, which is a 73 plate Iveco S-Way. And when I say 73, it is actually brand new because it was bought and it was a spare, and it's just been sat in a warehouse for a year, not being used at all. So it is brand new. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that. That's going to be my truck, and I am very happy with it. I had to move it the other day, and honestly, the thing is gleaming. Beautiful. Not a mark on it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got the double-sized fridge in it, cool box outside of that. I mean, the only thing it's missing is a microwave, but I've no real need for that. So, anyway, that's going to be mine. So, that's been the changes for this last 4 weeks. I had planned on filming a bit more, but it's been hectic. You know, we've had to try different routes on this run and all this, work out which is the best one for traffic and all of that. You know, where to shave a bit of time off here. You know, work with the shunters and security down at the hub. How to minimise his time in there. It's all been teamwork, you know, bouncing ideas around and what have you. I mean, sometimes we've had earlier starts, sometimes later, you know, just to see what find out what works better. But yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, we've got to work in conjunction with another company as well, because there is like a stock transfer that goes on before I get there. So we've got to find out what time their trucks are due in. It's pointless us going in too early. Things like that. So it's all been fun and games. But I've enjoyed it, you know. I mean, it's been something different. And I've been trusted to do it your way and find out what works best, you know. So, yeah, I'm happy. Right, I'm going to get off and concentrate on this spray. Honestly, you would not believe the way some people are driving today. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, let's crack on, and hopefully it'll not be as bad down there. See you in a bit. I've been going nearly 2 hours. Got this spray coming off. What? I've had these conditions all the way. Honestly, it is ridiculous. I'm just hoping when we get to Leicester that it's not going to be as bad as this. The forecast says it's dry down there, but hey, we all know what weather forecasts are like. But, you know, it just makes your life that little bit trickier. Not because of driving in the wet, it's just the way other people are behaving, like, you know. And the other news from this week, on Monday, BMW X5 tried picking a fight with my brother's staff and it lost. It was on the M1 coming back to Leeds and passing a junction. He's in lane 2, going to overtake another truck, and the X5 come down a slip road. Our kid's closing the gap on the other truck, and the X5 decides he's going to speed up and go for it. So he didn't realise that the gap was narrowing quite as fast. Of course, our kid can't see him in blind spot. Not that our kid was doing anything wrong. And he's cut in front of our kid, or tried to. And his very back end clipped our kid. The near side front spun him round. Bang. So that's what happens when they undertake you. And we do get it a lot. I've had some pretty close ones. So you just can't tell people. All he had to do was back off, let our kid go, and then it'd have been round into lane 3 and gone. As it stands, he's got a written off X5 now, and it's all his own fault. Trying to go up the inside of an Arctic. Illegal undertake, what more can you say? Right, let's crack on and see what the weather's going to be like when we get past South Yorkshire. I don't believe this guy is going to go through this gap. There you go. Fortunately, this tipper's just sped up, because otherwise I was catching him rapidly, and that's exactly what happened to our kid. You can't tell these people, can you? Hey ho, an everyday occurrence. Right, we're past Leeds, on the M1, next stop Sheffield. It's brightening up a bit, so hopefully things are going to look up a bit. We're doing well for time as well. 2 hours 18 on clock, 6 minutes of that was shunting round the yard, so 2 hours 12 down to here. Not bad going actually. 2 hours 12 to Wayfield. That's pretty good, I'm happy with that. So, right, let's crack on. Well, that filter lane there, that's the M18. We're on the M1 at Worksop, junction 31. And the roadworks are starting again. We just had about 15 mile of them past Sheffield. Now we've got 20 miles of this. It's at least 20. From here down to junction 28. And yes, I am going to go past them lane huggers and inside. Sick to death of them. We get them all the time on here. They'll sit side by side at 40 mile an hour. Really, really does irritate you. When it's a 50 limit, you know, it's annoying. So, 20 mile of this, it's flowing pretty well at the moment. This is better than normal, to be honest. When we get to Markham Vale, Mansfield sort of area, it will bunch up quite considerably around there. Between there and Tip Shelf Services, junction 28, it bunches up and it's heavy going, like, you know. But we'll see. Every now and again you just fly straight through. But don't build your hopes up on it. So, right, let's crack on. It's probably going to be about an hour till we get to junction 22 for Colville. The hub is actually Colville rather than Leicester. So, hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour if we get really lucky. So, we'll see how we go. Things have brightened up now, so it shouldn't slow down too badly. See you in a bit. As you can see, the conditions are not exactly fantastic. This guy's just cut in front of me, no lights on, nothing. Just coming up to junction 22 for Colville and Leicester. So this is the one we want. We want the A511. For those of you who've been watching my videos a while, you may remember when I was doing Swaddling Coat, coming off the A42 and picking up the A511 northbound into Swaddling Coat. Yes, it's the same A511. Where you get to junction 13 on the A32, go north to Swaddling Coat and you can go turn left, come south down here. But this is the faster way straight down the M1. However, as you'll see in a minute, the 511 here has got a closure on it this week on nights. And Steve was telling me the diversion is an absolute pain in the arse. And I says, you do know you can get down the 42 coming that way. So he's doing that tonight.
Take the 4th exit onto A511 towards HGV.
So we're only a couple of miles away now. We got through the worst of it. But from the weather forecast on the radio, where's he going? On the weather forecast on the radio, this sort of rain and flash flooding and all that is happening everywhere. But fortunately, most of what I'm doing here is actually undercover. Basically, I've got to pop my clips out in the open on the curtains and then I back under a canopy, do everything else under there, then come out, go around the other side of the building and get the return trailer. And during all that, I've got to find time for a 30-minute break. I've got 36 minutes left on the clock, so I'll have half an hour left when I get in there, which isn't bad. 4 hours in these conditions, that's not bad at all. I mean, obviously I've had hold-ups with traffic slowing down and stuff. Nothing you can do about the roadworks. Now, we'll see on the way back what's going to happen at junctions 23A to 24, 28. You can get problems at 29. But once I get on the M18, it's pretty much plain sailing all the way home. Usually. It can stop for the 180 now and then, but most of the time you're pretty much straight up. Now, I go all the way around the M18 and pick up the M62 across the Ferry Bridge, because the time we'll come out of here, we go straight up the M1, you hit problems Sheffield, Wakefield and Leeds. Not what you want, and there can be like bad delays. If I go up the A1 northbound between Barnstable Bar and Darrington, just forget it. You could be there half an hour easy. The other day it was backed up all the way from Barnstable Bar back onto the M18. And anybody who knows that way will tell you that's a fair old tailback, is that. Do not want to be stuck in that. So yeah, going straight round the M18, it feels longer, but you still do it in 4 hours if you get a good clean run. So it's not bad. So go left for this filter lane. I'm hoping this rain is going to stop for when I get in. I've had this for about the last hour, just sudden downpours.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Then it just seems to spook people. There's the Barden truck stop. I've not been in there, but
take the first exit onto West Lane.
I've heard it's pretty good. Food in that van, like. And we go left here, and then it's one straight road down to Pallets.
Enter the roundabout, take the first exit.
You gotta watch what you're doing here, because nobody knows what the indicators are on this
Take
roundabout.
the first exit onto West Lane.
We've got a quarry down here, and you have to be mindful that tippers coming out.
Take the second exit onto West Lane.
This road gets very greasy because of the mud off the tippers.
Prepare to enter the roundabout after 0.9 miles.
Hopefully I'll wash a lot of it away today. as you can see, there's a lot of standing water. That's how heavy the rain's getting. But yeah, a 4-hour run, you got bad weather and that's good going with all these roadworks. I came down on a Saturday night. It was a straight drop and swap overtime run. Saturday night, late on. I mean, I got down here for about midnight, and I did it in 3 hours 42, and that's with the roadworks at Darrington. But obviously, they're a 40 limit. Then you got 50 limits on M1. So I reckon if you didn't have roadworks at Darrington and the M1 on a quiet night, you could probably do this in 3.5 hours. Obviously that's flat out all the way. Yeah, that's rolling around.
Take the second exit onto Victoria Road.
That's what you get for leaving shit on your bed. Come down here. I've been told on night shift the trucks can back up all the way down here at this roundabout on a busy night. Very usually to just this Black Bridge on a busy night back to the roundabout.
30 miles per hour. Take the next left onto Victoria Road.
Right. I'm going to switch this camera off in a second because this here is Palek's main hub.
You have reached your destination on the right.
That's all the trailers we're going under them bays there, and then come round to the bays on the other side for the outgoing trailer. Right, turn this off because we can't film in here, definitely can't. That's it, we're done. There's my mate the shunter. Send me goodbyes because I've made friends down here. Well, I say goodbyes, I'm like the Terminator, I'll be back. I probably will be back, like, you know. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. Gotta be careful here because... Right, let's go. Right, I'm off. Sat-nav saying 25 to 8. Probably reasonably accurate, that. Depending on traffic light, you know. I mean, it could go one of two ways. Good or absolutely tits up. So... we shall see. Right. My last day in this truck. My last day at Palek's on day shift. You know, it's a bit sad really, isn't it? But no, I mean, I have had some banter in there, like, you know, some good laughs. You know, they're all very helpful. I don't know what it's like on night shift. I've not been in. Well, I've been in on a Saturday night, but I was the only driver in there, you know. There was only a couple of guys on security and that was it. So, I'm guessing it'd be more pressure at night, you know, people rushing around everywhere and that, but it is what it is. Well, yeah. 4 weeks and it's been good, you know. Been some challenging times, like, you know, times when you're running really low on your time and the traffic's not in your favour and everywhere you seem to turn there's something stuck in front of you. It's what it is. You know, I mean, 25 to 4 now, so at some point we are going to hit a problem. I almost guarantee it. But the trick here, what I've learned, is as long as I get onto the M18 with 2 hours 45 left driving time, then I've got every chance of making it without another break. Anything less than 2 hours 40, well, I'm going to be stopping. And what I try to do is, I've only had to use the extra hour 3 times. One was due to an accident, she can't be helped, and the other 2 was just sheer volume of traffic. You just couldn't get through. But I had a plan where I know from Coneygarth truck stop, if you're not going to get held up, it's an hour and 15 minutes. So from Ripon, it's an hour and 30. You get to Ripon and you've got an hour and 20 on. Well, you're not going to make it. So then I get to Coneygarth at Leeming Bar. I might have an hour on my clock, but when I put that extra hour on with a break, about 2 hours driving time, and I couldn't care less if the road stops outside the metro centre, because I know I'm going to make it easy. And the other bonus is, it was last Friday. I stopped at Coneygarth because I thought, I'm not going to make this. And I'll go into Diner 51. That's open well, I think it's 9 o'clock or whatever. And the meals weren't cheap, like, you know. But I got cottage pie, chips, veg, gravy. And it was £8 something or other. I got it takeout to eat in my truck. She says, sit over there. She brought me out this square tray. Lucky you, it was like that. Absolutely huge. I mean, how the hell was I supposed to eat so much bloody food? Well, you get what you pay for, like, you know. But absolutely massive portions. So yeah, and it was lovely and all. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that was my treat. I thought, Friday night I'm getting stuck. Yeah, I'm going to treat myself. So, but it's not so bad getting stuck and having to take a break on a Friday night. I know we all want to get finished, but the plus side of it is you're not working Saturday, so it's not like you have to get out of bed in the morning, you know what I mean? I mean, the week before, I had to take another break on my way home on the Thursday. I was on 10 o'clock start on the Thursday. So I finished, it was 9:45. And then I had to be back in for 8. So that wasn't much fun, like, you know. I don't like reducing my rest periods if I can help it. That's just my preference. You know, I like to do my shift, go home, and now I've got some chill out time. Not go home, go to bed, and then have to get up for work again. You know. So we have 188 miles to do. Sat nav says 3 hours 53, which is accurate. So let's see what the M1 does to us.
After 1,000 feet, enter the roundabout.
All in all, it's been a good day so far. Even the rain backed off. I got in there, it stopped, the sun come out. So I am not complaining one iota. Right, here we are, M1 northbound. Let's see what happens when we get down to 23A. If I see a sign saying queue after junction, we know it's going to be fun. Here we go, junction 23A. How did I know this was coming? 40 mile an hour limit. You'd be lucky if you're doing 4 mile an hour. So this will be all the way to junction 24 now, which isn't far, but it's far enough. So if it's like this here, there's every chance it's going to be like it at junction 28 as well, and possibly 29. Now where it goes to 4 lanes down here, it looks to be moving quick in lane 2 now. That'll become lane 3. I guarantee you, 99 times out of 100, lanes 3 and 4 stop. Lanes 2 will be slow. Lane 1, everybody's trying to get out of. So those that stay in it go straight down at roadworks, as everybody's trying to go right. Thought that van was going to try and make it at the last minute. It's not too bad because it goes to 4 lanes here, so it's just that little squeeze at first. As soon as we get past here, I'm going in lane 1. I'll get past that slip road first, because then that'll stop. You see what I mean? 3 and 4 have just stopped. People are going to start getting impatient. Please let me go, thank you. Right hand slip road here can spill over onto lane 1. We just have to be a bit mindful of that. But then once you get past it, you're away again. This is unusual today. Everybody's kind of leaving gaps, which is actually intelligent driving. So there you go. I've caught intelligent driving on camera. It is a rarity. This isn't bad, to be honest with you. This is actually good, because there's times I've come down here and I've been in lane 1 like this. 3 and 4 have just been at a standstill. Absolutely nothing moving. But that's the mindset, you see. They've all got to get into the fastest lanes, which then become the slowest lanes.
Keep right on turn 1 towards
You know, it's just, people are just so impatient. If they just went with the flow, things would actually go quicker. Well, hey, what do I know? This is caused by one lane closing down here after the junction. It was worse when I started doing this run, because the roadworks would be way back to well before 23A. So they're actually lifting them now. These have got a sign saying till winter 24. But what month are they talking about? You know, so delays possible until winter 24. So we're a mile away, everything's stopping. Like I say, just stay in lane 1. Not doing anything wrong here. People aren't supposed to start filtering until you see the signs. So they want to jump in lanes, hey, let them do it. Leave me a clear run, like, you know. I'm not all bothered. Imagine how much time I would have lost if I'd have been impatient and jumped straight into 2 and 3, wouldn't it? Ah, the daft's letting me go. I shall thank him kindly when I straighten up. But this was my reservations about this run when they said do it on 10 o'clock start. Because I knew what time we'd be getting out of the hub. I was slightly delayed today because all the bays were full and I had to wait for one to pull off. Normally I would be straight on and I would have been out, what, maybe 20 minutes earlier. So I would have been out normally around about 3:05. So I would have missed some of this. Give him a flash. But it is what it is. They must have had a glut of trucks coming all at once. It happens. You know. So we're not too far away anyway. I mean, I should see the 800-yard board pretty soon, and then you're actually in the roadworks then in about, what, 3-4 minutes. So this is what happens when you get late out though. So like I say, if I had an extra half hour I would have been actually in the roadworks long ago. Right, I'll get off, I'll see you in a bit. Right, junction 28. We've got the caution signs out. See, I mean, it's going to go to 50 anyway, so that don't really matter. That doesn't look to be flowing too bad, really. I've seen it a lot worse. I've come down here where it's been just standing traffic all 4 lanes. That building there, that's the massive co-op at Castlewood, sorry, where I used to deliver to. Absolutely huge. Takes you 10 minutes to drive around site. What's happening? We get round this corner. That's when we'll know what's happening. So quite often you'll come round here where that free recovery sign is. That's when you'll see all congestion, and it'll be lanes 1 and 2. From the filter lane where that tanker is, you'll suddenly see cars all backed up. This is the congestion for the opposite slip road. And the reason I've stayed in this lane is that lane's going to be the one that gets all the hassle. The new lad, he was using the TomTom Go app on his phone, the one that you have to pay for. Seems pretty good actually. Basically doing everything my sat-nav does, but it was also giving him live traffic updates, which mine doesn't. I don't know what the subscription is for it, but from what I've seen of it, it is good. Now, a big question here is, how long does this congestion go on for? Because if this clears and we can get up to the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, then we could theoretically do it in 3 hours, and we've got 3 hours 34 driving time, which is easy doable because I've done it before. But it just depends on these bottlenecks. At the moment I've got 34 minutes to play with, so I'm not worried. At the moment we still can't see what's causing or how far the tailback is. Sometimes you wish you had a crystal ball, you know what I mean? But I mean, when we did trailer swaps for another company at Leicester Services, and that company was based reasonably close to where we are now. A couple of times we came out of Leicester Services knowing there was problems on M1. Went up to junction 22, took the A50, the A46, then the A1, and it was alright on night shift, but on day shift the A50 is the Leicester Ring Road, and coming out of there just before the rush hour, would you really want to risk an urban ring road, the congestion involved? It does add quite a bit to your time. So, and then I've heard that the A46 can get pretty badly congested as well. So the chances are, on a daytime, you wouldn't actually be saving anything. In fact, you could actually make it worse. I mean, going northbound up the A511, I wouldn't have saved no, because I'd have still hit all that congestion at junction 24 anyway. That's no good. So basically you're stuck with the M1. Whether you like it or not, you know. It's starting to flow again, albeit slowly. It will speed up when we get past Tib Shelf up here, ideally. Just need to give it a bit of time for everybody to spread out a bit. So right, currently it's saying half an hour or 29 minutes to the M18. If I get up to 50 mile an hour, it's not. More like 25. Which will then leave me If I got there in 25 minutes, I need 2 hours 45 to get back. I would have 3 hours and 6 minutes. I can do it quicker than 2 hours 45, but that's what I allow for a little bit of traffic. So, this rate, I'm probably going to have 3 hours left on my clock, so I'm looking alright. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, the M18, and we have 3 hours 1 minute left, so barring any unforeseen circumstances, gonna be well alright. Get round the 2-lane section, and then it's just foot down, don't spare the horses.
Drive for 8.6 miles.
Might get a bit of trouble around Highport, but that's quite rare westbound. Usually the eastbound one there's trouble. Hence I don't come down the 18 on the way here. There's a tailbatch for Highport, can happen at any time. But this traffic will clear. As soon as it goes to 3 lanes, everybody be bosh, gone. But the M1, from 28 up to 32, it was stop-start. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You've just got to pucker up and that's it. You know. Probably added 20 minutes to my arrival time, but there's every chance I could make a lot of that back up. So I'm not overly concerned, because once I get finished I'm not back in till 6 o'clock tomorrow night, so I'm not spoiling to get home for now, you know. That filter lane there becomes a running lane, this right hand one. I'll get past this container, I think. Right, foot down, see how long it takes us to get to the M62. Right, M18, that's the junction for A1. Now look at the queue for A1 northbound. Now this,
keep left onto A1.
Let's have a look.
Towards the north.
Concentrate on the road as well. Yep, you see. Hello. That is going all the way up. See that? That is going to go all the way to Darrington. That is mental. Now, even if it wasn't this far back, you could go on there, Darrington's junction 39. Oh, that's Barnsdale Bar 39, Darrington's 41. That's the length of the road closure, 39 to 41. Now, you get on there at junction 35, you don't see that traffic. You go round the corner where junction 36 is, could stop there. That means before you get clear road again, you've got 5 junctions. That's quite a few miles. So that is the reason why it can stop at 36, 37. Northbound is always worse than southbound on A1 for them roadworks. Always. Doesn't matter what time of day. I've come down there, A1 southbound, like 9 o'clock at night on night trunks, and the southbound's been safe straight through. The southbound's been just, northbound's just standing traffic. Where's he going? Now this is why we don't come westbound on the M18, because this can happen any time of day. That's Highport there. This is actually very, very calm. quite often it can go all the way back up to the M180, which again is a fair old distance. So you get stuck in that, you're going to lose a lot of time. Like I say, that is pretty much okay really for what it normally is. So the route we've done today is going down, straight down the M1 all the way. That's the fastest. We've done it trial and error every possible way. Coming back this way is always the fastest, unless you get past, if you get a real hold up and you don't get away, and then you get to the M18 at like 10 past, quarter past 6, then you would go straight up the M1, as long as you can get past Leeds before 8 o'clock, because there's closures on the M1 at 8 o'clock. So that's a kicker. You should be past, if you hit like junction 32 10 past 6, you should be well past Leeds by 8 o'clock. Well past. Allegedly. So the only other real bottleneck now is going to be Doncaster services up here for the M180, but there's not much traffic tonight, so I can't see there being an issue there. So we should be straight onto the M62 westbound. It's usually quiet. Come off at Ferry Bridge, then it's 2 hours from Ferry Bridge straight back. So should get to Washington services round about what, 7:15. So 7:15. So we'll be straight past that. No closures northbound tonight, they're all southbound. I'm going to get them next week, because next week isn't on the rotation that they do, it's northbound closures. But I'm not bothered because I'm on Rochdale, so I'll have absolutely boatloads of time to play with. So makes no odds to me. Right, let's crack on to M62. Right, here we are. M62 junction 32A for the A1 northbound. Ferry Bridge, we're going home. From here, it's 110 miles.
46 miles.
Roughly 2 hours. The only place we'll be going below 56 is the roadworks past Angel at North. No, Metro Centre. That's about it. Ferry Bridge Power Station there. I'm sure that's running on wood and biofuel now, because I've seen queues of Jenkins trucks going in there, similar to the one at Sheffield. When you go over the viaduct, you see them queuing up there to unload. So I'm assuming these places have been switched to wood pellets. I know my local one, at what used to be Alcam, it used to supply Alcam with fuel and that, with electricity. That's now on wood pellets, but they come in by train. I'm assuming they might have to change it to trucks, because the freight line is in the process of being converted into a passenger line for the new rail link into Newcastle. and I can't see them running both passenger services and freight services, unless they just bring the freight in during the night. But I don't know, we'll see. Right, roughly 2 hours to go. The conditions aren't as bad as they were this morning, but hey, I'm not going to tempt fate. So should be round about 7:45 we get back in the yard. Open up, park it in the warehouse, pull the curtains back. I've only got a single deck on. I took a double down, brought a single back. One of the lads brought the double deck back earlier. So I was in and out there reasonably quick, apart from the delay getting on the bay. He's a bit close behind me. So, do I prefer days or nights? You already know the question to that, don't you? When I mentioned night shift, I couldn't wait to go back on. Don't get me wrong, I've had some fun doing this. I've had some stress as well. You know, that's more fun days than stressful days. So the good outweighs the bad by a long way. A very long way. You know, I've made friends, got to know other drivers down there, like, you know. Not complaining, I got the run to work. People said it wouldn't, but somehow I made it work. I mean, at times it's not been easy, it's been a challenge, but we all need a challenge in life, even if it's just now and then, like, you know, keeps you on your toes, makes you find out what you're capable of. So, but yeah, I do prefer my night shifts. The disadvantage with this is, on night shift, I get to see Sharon in the morning before she goes to work, maybe an hour and a half, and then maybe an hour and a half before I go to work on the night. But on this shift, I mean, she goes to bed at like 7:30. The times when I'm rocking in house late on, and then I'm up till like after midnight. So I'll just go get my head down in the spare room. I don't see her until like Saturday morning. So, I mean, she's not stressing about it or up like that. It doesn't cause us any problems. But, you know, it is what it is. The flip side of that is you do get all Saturday to yourself. You're not coming home at like 4 or 5 o'clock Saturday morning, like, you know. Is that smoke coming off that car or just spray? Don't look good, whatever it is. Must be smoke because nobody. It is. It's oil smoke. You can smell it. Not a good sign, that. So yeah, I'll be happy to go back on nights. If I'd have been offered this job permanently, I wouldn't have turned my nose up at it. You know what I mean? You know, it's a case of you don't work for the job, you've got to make the job work for you. You know what I mean? You got to find ways to make it your own. So right, let's crack on. See what time we get back. Right, Washington services, A1 northbound. That means we have no more than half an hour to go, allegedly. If the A1 behaves itself. And we have 37 minutes on the clock. Well, it's a little bit slower than I wanted. 23 minutes past 7. Could be still in the yard before 10 to 8. Maybe even quarter to if there's no traffic down here. So, not been a bad day apart from this bloody rain and spray. I've had it all the way back. It's been horrendous since Leeming Bar. It's started to ease a bit now. So, right, the next time you see me, I'll be on night shift in the new truck.
Drive for 5.2 miles.
So I'm really looking forward to Monday. Just seeing what this truck can do. I mean, Steve, who's got it at the moment, I'd say it's his last night tomorrow. And he used to have this truck. And he says the new one, he says, you think this one's quick, this is one of the quickest in the fleet. He says the new one is even better. So I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, you know, I'm like a 5-year-old waiting for Santa. I can't believe it. I'm going to get my hands on this thing. You know, no dings, no scratches, nothing. It's absolutely perfect. And once I get it, if anybody shunting it around during the day, well, they shouldn't be anyway, because day shift aren't allowed to use it. But anybody, so long as puts one even fingernail size scratch on it, there is nowhere on this planet they can hide. Nowhere. Oh, I will have OCD about that truck. So, right, well, that's it. Apart from the weather conditions, can't fault it today. Not a bad run. At least had to see Steve go tomorrow, like, you know, but we'll have a chat before he goes, like. He's working, it's going to be working next door to us, so I'll see him around. So, right, we're dropping down past Angel at North. I don't know if you can see it in dark. That's Team Valley all lit up at the bottom. So, that's it. We're just about done for the day. Pull it in the shed, lock the depot up. That's me done. Going home. Off till tomorrow. I've got to clean the truck out. That'll not take me 5 minutes. Get my stuff out. The stuff in lockers that I want. Obviously give it a sweep out and wipe down and all that for the new lad. Just common courtesy, really. So, thanks for watching. Thanks to my subscribers. If you're new, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Sorry I've been away for a while, but I've just had hell on, you know what I mean. I've also had stuff going on outside work, but hey, that's another story. I don't whinge, I don't moan. So, thanks again. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And if you can't be good, be careful. See you later.